not done yet. He's going to be up against this boy right here, the Iron Mountain of defense, the Iron Wall. That is Smart Omega Jules.
I mean, we have seen Jules go up against AK in tons of local tournaments, and we know Jules is one of the players who are definitely capable of taking down the top two duo of Dojin and AK. And this is not going to be any easier for AK. This is not going to be easy for Jules. This is going to be a slobber knocker, and look at that record.
Oh my goodness. Again, you do not want to underestimate Jules. This guy in the season finale, he was top 3. Second place was Maru, and AK in first place, granting that Grand Slam, right? Jules, this guy is super analytical, especially when it comes into the game. And Raph and I called him the Iron Wall of defense because it's you just can't break him. He has a super good defense to the point that you just don't know what to do now. And especially his low defense, and let's see if he continues that later on in this game. I'm so excited for this one, Doc.
Yeah, you mentioned that Jules and his brother Pika they're able to analyze so well, right? They're able to deduce and break down their opponents. I'm just gonna call them the brothers of deduction because they can deduce things so well.
Yeah, I mean, the analysis is always there, and sometimes you forget sometimes you forget about the thought process that comes into playing that, oh, you know what, I'm gonna go Oonga Boonga and then just throw out these moves. No, every move that Jules does is according to plan. There's never impromptu that comes into play, and he's gonna need a lot of those when he fights AK.
And this is another big time match because not only is it Jules versus AK, but it will translate, to their personal record. Who is the one above 500?
Yeah,
in terms of win rates.
Temporarily, however, AK, of course, I think his feeling out character this time is Jack, and if it doesn't work out, I think he's gonna go for the Paul, maybe the Leroy. You know what? Never mind. This is AK we're talking about. He could use anyone, but of course, Jules with the Bob, aggressive but also defensive. So let's see how things are gonna go here.
One of his mainstay characters, and I think it's a great pick to go up against AK in this first game.
Yeah, and both very chunky characters. Bit bad sidestep for either of these guys. Down forward 2. Here we go. 10 seconds have been spent. Okay for both.
We're gonna see a lot of standing up. We're going to see a lot of back and forth poking action and movement here because this is really, the strengths of these two characters.
Yeah, that was a big whiff from AK, and just Jules with that low parry. I told you, don't ever doubt me. That is the Iron Wall of defense, low parry all day, every day, and blocking those lows. Jules with round 1.
That is what makes him so good. Defense is the best offense in many cases, and Jules just blocking most of the pokes that AK threw out there got him that first round win.
Yeah, and Jules also very, very on point with these pokes as well as these punishes and the whip. There we go. Down forward 2 whip. Jules goes for the optimal punish, which is the forward 2-3. Now AK right now is put in rage. Jules still has the life lead. Big whip on that forward 2. AK will capitalize on this punish, but he misses that wall combo. Jules right now just outside of rage. AK spends his. What's gonna happen? Backswing blow. AK. A lot of pressure down forward 2. No whip punish by Jules. 1 pixel of health left. Tombstone is broken. Good block on that low, but he continues the string, and Jules is up 2 rounds. Breakdance.
That's just one of the mind games you have to play when you are playing Tekken 7. You have to expect the unexpected, or else you're gonna get caught by surprise like that.
Yeah, not a lot of people go for swing. Down forward 2 counter hit, and AK is gonna get carried to the wall. Big damage coming in from Jules, but no, he misses that last hit. AK text rolls out of it, and down forward 2 yet again, but so on point with these punishes. And this is the importance of getting the right punish in. Exactly on the frame, and Jules convincingly takes it against AK in game 1.
Wow, that was domination. Jules just was in control. of every single round. So on point with the whiff punishes, so on point with the blocking, and he brought out some trickery at important and crucial points of the game. What a way to mix things up. Jules is looking extremely solid.
Yeah, and I've played with these smart Omega boys, the Pika and Jules, and let me just say they are so hard to open up. They let you approach them, and then they'll punish you for it. You can do as much as with breathing in front of Jules, and he'll punish you immediately. Like, dude, what did I even do to you? I just breathed right in front of you, and you just punish me for it. That's exactly how Jules is.
I've never been breath with punished before. But here we go. Ooh, going back to the Paul here. So we're seeing AK's game plan for the day, kid. I'll go with Jack. If doesn't work, let's fall back onto Paul. That seems to be his theme, and it almost worked out for him in the previous set. Let's see how it does here.
Yeah, let's make sure this Paul pick does work out because AK no longer has a chance to switch characters. He no longer has a chance to switch to Shaheen. Almost got the low parry in. Now, Jules, what's the game plan going to be up against the Paul?
AK now being a lot more active, even though Jules was big drop there. But even though Jules was being on point with punishing his whiffs, AK is now making sure that his normals get blocked or hit.
Yeah, and that's also one thing. Paul's infamous death fist can be punished by Jules point blank range with the forward 2-3, the whiff punisher that he does all the time. Now, if you were wondering, that missed combo with the Magic 4, AK wanted to do a black 1-2. But here we go. We're gonna take the downstairs of the balcony, and Jules right now goes for the OP. He does have rage, and the rage drive will finish things off. Very, very infamous, this kid.
That was almost instant, like lightning striking from out of nowhere. Jules wanted to do something, but AK just denied it.
Absolutely. Now, 10 seconds have been spent. Barely anything has been done just yet. Down forward 2 from Jules. You can see Jules going for a lot of these down forward 2s because the counter hit play is also, he's fishing for a lot of these counter hit plays. Demo Man, the first we've seen from AK. Down back 2, into the follow-up of the combo. The question is, are we going to see a wall? Barely, just barely. Go for the OP instead. Down forward 2. This is the game. This is a game-winning combo if he does it right. Oh my god, Jimmy!
AK, this time not miscalculating the damage from the combo. He doesn't want that to happen again. And that is the hallmark of a great player. They don't repeat the mistakes that they committed, even though it was in the previous set.
Now, one thing that you really need to take note when you're up against Paul is that when you put him in rage, he immediately has the life lead. Your full health, I don't care. I have the life lead when I have enraged, and that's how Paul is. You need to work around the death fist. You need to work around the very dangerous down forward 2 in order to play Tekken properly.
Right, but that was a really excellent response there from Jules, pulling out the perfect Tokyo banana here, and looks like he's continuing on with his momentum, kid.
Right, now AK, this time, okay, take note, he does have rage this time, and Jules is playing around that. He's being more defensive. He's backdashing. He's letting AK approach him. This is the smart Omega tactic, ladies and gentlemen. How is this gonna be? Now, this is the primary defense of Jules. He's showing it right now, and AK, he can't do anything. I'm telling you.
I mean, he's really lucky to have such a great defense to fall back to, because automatically, as soon as a player gets defensive, right, they give their opponent space to make a comeback. But if you have a defense as good as Jules, it doesn't matter. Just, okay, come at me, bro.
Yeah, and now the game plan is gonna switch up. That's exactly the Omega way. Here we go. Down forward 2. Jules keeping the distance. The pressure is there, but not enough to break Jules. Now, he's half health. AK is going for a lot of these low pokes. Health soup, the first one we've seen today.
That might be a message that Jules is trying to send here. I mean, what a time to bring it out in this final round, but AK! Here he comes!
That was nasty. He went for the backswing into the 1+2 as well. And AK finishes things off with the down one, interrupting the rage drive. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Now, Jimmy, we're going into game
Yeah.
3 again.
I mean, we've had game threes since the first game. I have it written down here. Since the first match, we've always had a game three. That might be a trend today. We're seeing the players bring it. They're definitely playing their A game because we know it is the road to the playoffs. And the players are here, they're showing up, and they're giving us their best.
Yeah, these guys aren't playing around right now, and it shows. Game 3 after game 3 after game 3. Now, what's it gonna be for Jules? Is he gonna go for the pick, the Jin pick? Mind you, this Jules is the best Jin undoubtedly in the Philippines. The question is he gonna go for it? He does have another pick, which is the Marduk, or is he gonna pick? Is he gonna stick with the Bob?
Ooh, that's a tough one there. Uh Jin is his main, and Jin has really brought him a lot of victories throughout his entire career. But his Bob was doing pretty well here. He just needs to stick to it, I guess, which is that's what he's doing.
Yeah, just as you predicted, he's sticking with the Bob this time. I guess he has a lot. He has a better chance against the Paul, and he picked the arena. This is not a random stage. He picked the arena, which is uncharacteristic for Jules because he likes to use, rather he likes to go for the geometric plane.
Let's see how this plays out here. But I think Jules needs to bring a little bit more out of Bob's arsenal. I think he left out a bunch of things. He didn't use the Hell Sweep that much in the last game, and it looks like he's already bringing it out here.
Yeah, talking about that, not using it a lot. Jules should be more confident when it comes to going for a lot more hell sweeps because the mind games will come into play. So Jules will take it with that cheeky down, rather one down four to finish AK off.
That's a great sign for him here, taking the first game, but AK is going to have to change it up just a little here. He was giving Jules a little too much freedom in that first round, and we're seeing him now be a little bit more oppressive.
Yeah, and AK is doing exactly what Jules did in that last game. He's making Jules approach him when he has the life lead, but this time Jules is taking that back immediately. And AK, you can see him fishing for a lot of these down forward twos, counter hit, UCB4s. Jules is gonna have to be wary about that. Mind you, all in rage. Oh, back to.
Perfect timing there from Jules. I mean, if you blinked an eye in that second round, you wouldn't have seen the comeback. That was a very fast comeback from Jules.
Yeah, and Jules again with the cannonball mix-ups. AK up against the wall, that's a guaranteed, and it gets the wall combo in. Is this going to be a no-round round? That's the big question. AK will not swap that third hit, and Jules convincingly yet again takes it against AK 2-1.